Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, I am Yahweh. Speak thou to Paro, king of Mithraim, all that I speak to thee. And Moshe said before Yahweh, Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Paro hearken to me? Shemot, Exodus, chapter 7. And Yahweh said to Moshe, See, I have made thee as God to Paro, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak to Paro, that he let the children of Israel go out of his land. And I will harden Paro's heart, and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Mithraim. But Paro will not hearken to you, and I will lay my hand upon Mithraim, and bring forth my hosts, my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Mithraim by great judgments. And the Mithraim shall know that I am Yahweh, when I stretch forth my hand upon Mithraim, and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moshe and Aaron did so, as Yahweh commanded them, so did they. And Moshe was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spoke to Paro. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe and to Aaron, saying, When Paro shall speak to you, saying, Show a wonder for you, then thou shalt say to Aaron, Take thy rod, and cast it down before Paro, that it become a serpent. And Moshe and Aaron went into Paro, and they did so, as Yahweh had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Paro and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Paro also called for the wise men and the sorcerers, and they also, the magicians of Mithraim, did in like manner with their enchantments. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. And Paro's heart was strong, and he hearkened not to them, as Yahweh had spoken. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Paro's heart is heavy. He refuseth to let the people go. Get thee to Paro in the morning. Lo, he goeth out to the water. And thou shalt stand by the river's brink to meet him, and the rod which was turned to a serpent shalt thou take in thy hand. And thou shalt say to him, Yahweh the God of the Abrim hath sent me to thee, saying, Send away my people, that they serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou hast not hearkened. Thus saith Yahweh, In this thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that are in the river shall die, and the river shall become foul, and the Mithraim shall loathe to drink water from the river. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Say to Aaron, Take thy rod, and stretch out thy hand over the waters of Mithraim, over their rivers, over their streams, and over their pools, and over all their ponds of water, that they become blood. And there shall be blood throughout all the land of Mithraim, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moshe and Aaron did so, as Yahweh commanded, and he lifted up the rod, and smote the waters that were in the river, in the sight of Paro, and in the sight of his servants. And all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish that were in the river died, and the river became foul, and the Mithrim could not drink water from the river, and the blood was throughout all the land of Mithraim. And the magicians of Mithraim did in like manner with their enchantments. And Paro's heart was strong, and he hearkened not to them, as Yahweh had spoken. And Paro turned and went into his house, neither did he lay even this to heart. And all the Mithrim digged round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled after when Yahweh had smitten the river. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, Go into Paro and say to him, Thus saith Yahweh, Send away my people that they serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs.